Good morning, trombone players. So today I'm going to take you through your first basic notes on your trombone, your exercises for lip buzz, and really just one exercise we can use to really strengthen both our lungs and our tone quality. So first of all, you should put your trombone together by now. Should look like this, a 90-degree angle from your bell to your slide. Do's right here. So we're going to play a B flat. We're aiming at getting to a B flat right now. So you're going to take your mouthpiece out, have that in your hand. You can set your trombone down for the next little bit. Do. When you play any brass instrument, trombone, trumpet, euphonium, tuba, baritone, all of them, it's all about your lips. Really, all your trombone is a big metal tube that makes your lips louder and gives you a little bit more flexibility. So if nothing's happening here, nothing's going to happen on the horn. So the first thing we need to do is strengthen just our buzz in our lips. You're going to take your lips, purse them together real hard like you just ate something sour. Keep the corners of your mouth tight, the middle of your mouth very tight, and then blow a single stream of air through right between your front teeth. It should look like this. So your lips' job is to try to keep that stream as narrow as possible on the sides. So you're squeezing the sides of your lips out, you're squeezing the top and bottom down together, and pushing air out through it. It'll buzz your face, it'll feel a little funny moving through your bones. Have a little laugh about it. If you're struggling with that, start with looser lips. Just do that, like a horse. And then as you do that, tighten your lips up. And eventually you'll get that buzz. Spend some time working with that. Tight lips, tight corners, forcing air through a tiny hole in the middle. Once you have that, take it to your mouthpiece. You're going to start blowing just through your lips and raise your mouthpiece to your mouth right in the center, like there's a little crosshair right in the middle of your mouthpiece, and it will transfer the sound to your mouthpiece, like this. And that's how you get the sound out of the mouthpiece. Now do that a few times, get used to how that feels. Once you have a sound on your mouthpiece, just start with the mouthpiece. And you'll get that sound. Loosen your lips a little bit to try to get a low note. Tight lips for a high note. Very tight lips for a very high note. Right? You'll feel it out, you'll get more and more used to it, but this week's goal is to really just get any kind of consistent buzz that you can sustain out of your mouthpiece. Right? So, practice with that for a little bit. That should be the first 5 minutes of your practice time. Then you're going to take it, put it in your trombone, and open your book to the first page, your Traditions of Excellence book. You can see there are all these slide positions. They tell you how far out the slide is going to be. You can see that based on the hands. Let me make this much darker. There we go. Based on the hands, you can see that's in first position, all the way closed. Second position has them a little bit further out from each other. Third, all the way to the bell. Fourth, all the way past the bell. Fifth, all the way past the bell and then a little more. And then sixth, almost all the way out. We're not going to be using seventh for a long time, so it's not as important to know right now. But just notice how the distance between the two parts of the trombone right there, the slide and the handle, get further and further apart as we move out. I'm going to switch to a pen. They get further and further apart, right? You can see that right there. Big splits. So, in first position, we're going to start with concert B flat. That is our first note. Now that means the slide is all the way in. You're holding it. When you hold the slide, it is a thumb and 2 fingers pinching the slide, and then your left hand is supporting the instrument. So your right hand should not be having any pressure on it. All the way in. Get your lips ready to buzz. Looser lips. This note. So give that a try. Loose lips. Do. If your lips are a little too tight, you might be hitting this note. We will learn that note, but try to loosen your lips if you're hitting that note. If your lips are super tight, you might even be hitting this. But what we're looking for is this note. So if you're hitting a high note, hold the high note and start to loosen your lips, and you'll just notice it drops. Make the hole in the middle of your lips a little bit bigger. Each time you'll hit a lower note. So this note is B flat, right? So that is your first note. First position, B flat, looks like this. Our second note, we're gonna skip a few, stay in first position, and play F. F looks like that. You can see here it still says first position. And that's the higher note in B flat that I just played. This one. Right? So we have our low B flat and our high F. Right? So there are our first 2 notes. When you switch between them, try to use your tongue to stop the air. So it should be ta, 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 ta. Do not take a breath in between every note. It makes it a lot harder to start a note when you take a breath every time. That looks like this. But if you just keep the pressure up and let your tongue stop that note, ta, 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 your tongue is going to separate the note instead of your lungs. So your lungs are just pushing air out. Your tongue is deciding when notes start and stop. And it also means there are no big gaps between all of the notes. Right? Try those 2 notes out. Spend some time, should be 5 or 10 minutes, just going between those 2 notes, making sure they are nice and long. And then our third note and last note for the day is going to be E flat, right here. You can see it says 3, which means it's out in third position. So looking at this again, you see third position has the handle almost at the bell. The bell's right here. That is the big curve on your trombone at the end. So you're going to move your slide out to the bell. You can use your finger as a marker, make sure it lines up with it, and it's going to sound like this. Right? So it's right there. You might hit a note that's too high or a note that's too low. But it sits right in the middle of those 2 and sounds like. If you're having a hard time finding that, go back to your F. Hold your F, and while you hold your F, move your slide down to the bell. Right? to make sure you're matching up with me. That's one of the hard things about trombone is we don't have buttons to press like most of the other instruments. So it's all about hearing where the note needs to be. If you think you're a little bit below the note, you're a little bit flat, move the slide in. If you think you're a little bit sharp, move the slide out. This is flat. Moving up, and then this is sharp. Right? So those are our 3 notes for today. B flat, F, and E flat. Those 3 hand symbols I'm using, if you do not recognize them, they are our solfege hand symbols. So being in B flat is do, F is sol, and E flat is fa. So it's do, sol, fa. Now to get more comfortable with those, we need to make sure they stay consistent. So hitting the note is one thing, sustaining the note is another. So what I want you to do is open a metronome. Let's get that out. Here is 60 beats per minute. I want you to hold it for 4 beats. So it's going to be do, stop. And hold for 5. Do, stop. 2, 6. Do, stop. 7. Do, stop. 2, 8. Do, so we're going to do that together on B flat. I'll tell you when we're starting each note. We take a 4-beat break in between every time. Ready? 4 beats on B flat. 1, 2, ready. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, ready, 7. 1, 2, ready, 8. There it is. It might be really hard for you to hold out for 8 beats right now. That's something we're going to continue working on. When we do our full scales, we always do them in 8-beat long tones. So long tones are the best way on any instrument, not just trombone, to really build that tone. Like I said, hitting the note is one thing. Making the note sound good is another. So do that exercise with your B flat, your F, and your E flat. What I would like from you at the end of this week is for you to play 4 beats of B flat, then rest for 4 beats. Then 4 beats of F, then rest for 4 beats. And then 4 beats of E flat. 3 notes. Nothing complicated, right? So it's going to sound like this. You can practice with me. 2, ready, go. Rest. 2, ready, F. Rest. 2, ready, E flat. And that's it. So work on those 3 notes. Make sure they sound as clean as possible, as full as possible. When you record, I need to see everything from your waist up to show me you have a straight back, you're sitting upright, Your trombone is parallel to the ground. I need to see that, so if you set up your laptop to record you or use your phone to record you, make sure I can see everything from your waist up. My recommendation is to record on a hard chair. I'm on a stool right now. If you don't have a stool, sit far enough away from the back of the chair that your feet are planted on the ground and you are sitting straight up, very straight back, so that all of the air in your lungs can be accessed, right? I'll play what I want you to do one more time, and I would like you to record it and submit it on the Google Classroom. Ready? Starting on B flat. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's it, right there. So work on that, submit it on the Google Classroom, and I will talk to you later.